Hello, everyone. Today, I wanted to discuss about catastrophizing and how we can sleep better by trying to de-escalate these feelings when it happens to us. First and foremost, what is catastrophizing? This is when we're experiencing a particularly stressful situation and we suddenly expect the worst. And we can become obsessively worried about the situation. And we can oftentimes not see things in perspective. Rather, we are always thinking of the extreme worst thing that is happening to us. So here's the thing, we often have, as part of our human nature, 70% negative thoughts in our mind when a stressful situation happens to us. So that in itself is natural. We tend to think of negative things when we're experiencing problems. It is but natural. But here's the thing, buying into catastrophizing thoughts is what makes it even more difficult because we cannot put things in perspective. So I thought I would come up again with an acronym of 4 ways that we can battle and combat these feelings of catastrophizing a situation. Because what happens is when we're trying to fall asleep and we're thinking of a problem and we start catastrophizing that problem or making it seem worse than it really is, then that definitely prevents us from sleeping. What are examples of this? For example, we're fighting with our spouse, our boyfriend, our girlfriend, our partner, and we may start catastrophizing and saying, if this doesn't work out, I'm never, ever going to find anyone ever again. Or, for example, we have an exam coming up the next day, and we can suddenly start thinking that if I'm failing this exam, if I fail this exam, I am ruined for life. I'm never going to have a good career. I'm never going to get into the school that I want to get to. And that's it for me. Life is over. So, this is what happens when we start catastrophizing. So, I wanted to help you with 4 ways as a sleep coach to be able to combat these negative thoughts, to see things in perspective. And I came up with the acronym SACK, SACK, because basically, when these thoughts start entering our mind, we need to basically sack it. We need to get rid of it. We need to immediately reject it. So I thought SACK would be a good thing for us to be able to remember on how to combat these terrible nighttime thoughts that prevent us from sleeping. So let's start with the letter S. One way that we can handle it is to self-soothe. When these thoughts start entering our mind, no one else can help us put things into perspective but ourselves. So we can learn to self-soothe. What are some ways we can do it? We can listen to very relaxing music. We can talk to someone who can help us put things in perspective. We can start reading a book that helps to relax us, or we can even watch a comedy so that it helps to soothe our mind and we're no longer thinking in an extremely negative way. The next is the letter A, accept. We need to learn to accept our situation. I want to be able to also let you know that acceptance is not always an action word, but most of the time it is an attitude. If we learn to accept our situation, then we will be able to know more on how to address it better, or we can already start implementing damage control. But if we're not accepting our situation, then we fall into a very dangerous spiral of just thinking about the problem nonstop, catastrophizing the problem, and not actively finding a way to solve our problems. So acceptance is really key. We need to accept it as this is the reality of our life. This is the challenging situation we're facing right now. And the only way that I can handle it the best way is to start being positive about it and to be able to know that this is my situation right now and I need to do something about it. accepting it as a reality of our life, and not uh, not spiraling downward into not thinking of it and accepting it for what it really is. Now, the letter C is control. We need to, as much as we can, take control of the situation, because catastrophizing is when we are completely losing all control of the situation. We need to try our best to see things in perspective, to control the situation. What are some ways we can do this? I always share with my clients that journaling is something that is very, very healthy for us to do. So I also love to share that having a closure o'clock, or setting aside time as our worry time before we sleep, is something that helps us to take control of the situation. So don't do it just before bedtime. Maybe after dinner, when you have a quiet time, you try to think of your problem, put it down in words. There is something so therapeutic about putting it down in words, writing it down, and seeing the problem for what it really is. So this helps us to take control of our situation better, rather than it's nighttime. We already don't have our pen and paper with us. We can't really write it down and put things in perspective. So journaling is something that is definitely therapeutic and helps us to be able to see the situation in a much more controlled manner. Lastly, K is keepsake. It is also very, very good to have a keepsake, a little souvenir or something that helps us to really, really relax. The thing is, some of us may be prone to catastrophizing or having that escalation of anxiety, especially at night, that prevents us to sleep well. So we should have something nearby our bedside that can help us to be able to feel that sense of relaxation, to feel that sense of calmness in us. And one way of doing that is to have a keepsake. Some have a keepsake of a weighted blanket that they love, and it feels that it's hugging their heart at night. It feels good and it helps them to reduce the anxiety. Some love to have a keepsake, such as a beloved stuffed animal. Here's a secret for you: there are 35% of adults in the United Kingdom that are still sleeping with their teddy bear at night. So that is the latest survey on that. So don't feel shy, don't feel embarrassed about it. If having a stuffed toy helps to make you feel relaxed, helps to soothe you, helps to calm down your anxiety at night when you have that tendency to do your catastrophizing, then by all means use it. Some people have a valued book, their favorite book. Some people love to read the Holy Scriptures, and that helps them to put things in perspective. Some love having a bedside frame of a picture of someone that they love, of someone that they look up to, of someone that can help them feel relaxed and help them feel well loved. So that is a good keepsake that you can keep beside your bed. So remember, SACK, SACK. That is self-soothe, accept, control, and keepsake. These are 4 ways to help you to reduce those nighttime anxieties, reduce that tendency to catastrophize your situation, and to be able to control it and see it in a more realistic perspective, so that you can tackle your problem wisely, effectively, and successfully. Till the next video and till the next topic, I would love to help you with more tips for sleeping well. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and to like this video, share comments of problems that come up for you at night that prevent you from sleeping, and I would love to come up with the best solutions that can help you on that. So see you next time.